Okay, now we're gonna do a labor and delivery video. So I went into labor at about 1:30 in the morning on April 21st. At least that's whenever I started noticing the contractions. I was sleeping and then just woke up, and I was like, this has got to be them because these are painful. We waited at home probably an hour or so, and then we went to the hospital. So we got to the hospital probably around 2:33. Whenever we got there, they put me in a room and everything like that. And then they checked me. I was dilated to a 5 whenever I first got there, and I was to a 6, I think, before I even got to the delivery room or whatever. And then, within another hour I was a 7, and then probably 2 or 3 hours after being there, the contractions were bad. I'm apparently a wuss. I got an epidural. I had tried something else. I think it was called Stadol, some other type of medication first. I could be wrong on the name of that, but some other medicine first, and it did help with the contractions a little bit, but it wasn't that great. So I went ahead and asked for the epidural. So I got that. I thought that was painful going in. It wasn't, horrible, but it was definitely painful going in. Also, whenever I got there, they put an IV in and everything. They had to do it 3 different times because they blew the vein the first 2 times, and then the 3rd time they finally got it. I'm trying to sit so he can be seen. So the 3rd time they got it. But anyways, the epidural, it was amazing. I didn't feel anything. I think it did slow my labor extremely though, because within 3 hours I was to a 7, and then it just stalled because I didn't have him till 5:56 in the afternoon on that same day. So I was in labor for a while and not progressing. I was at a 7 for a very, very, very long time. I slept through a lot of the contractions. My biggest thing was I was just hungry. I hadn't eaten the night before, really, and of course I didn't eat before I went in, so I was just starving, and I couldn't have anything, and I was thirsty, and I couldn't drink anything. That was the worst part after I got the epidural, was just being hungry. So then, I don't know, probably around 5, they gave me Pitocin because the labor just was not progressing at all. Well, probably 4:30. I don't know. And then it worked and everything, and I started to dilate more. And then once I started pushing, I still didn't feel anything. The epidural was amazing. I mean, I could feel a little pressure down there, but no pain whatsoever. I tore a 1st-degree tear. I pushed for probably 30 minutes. Again, I was just so tired and, exhausted from not eating. So it took a little longer, I think, than it should have, but I was happy to be able to eat afterwards. He came, and everything. My husband was there, of course, and he was great the whole time. And then he was born at 5:56. He weighed 7 pounds, 13 ounces. He's 20 3/4 inches long. He was perfect. I didn't cry. I was shocked I didn't cry. I mean, I cried later on. I think, later on that afternoon, but not whenever he was born. I didn't cry. But he was perfect. Healthy. Nothing wrong. We did get him circumcised. That happened the next day after he was born. Gosh, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it was pretty good labor. I mean, of course I had the epidural, but it was pretty pain-free, except for the beginning. He's perfect, though. We couldn't ask for anything more. You're a sweet little man. Alright, I think now we'll do just an update, like a 6-week update. My middleman here. But yeah, we had to stay in the hospital 2 days. He's good. He lost over 10% of his weight by the time we left, so they told us to supplement formula, possibly 2 at home. So that's what we did, because he was not getting enough food. Okay, now I'll do the next video again.